effectively, way more efficiently in just 20 minutes. So if you're looking to save time and get good results, come see us.
Great. Well, thank you for the introductions. If you're watching online, you just missed the best part of the Cherry Creek Chamber of Commerce Business Success Series, and that's connecting with everyone that's here in the room. So hopefully you were listening and you picked up on somebody that you'd like to set up a coffee appointment with. We encourage everybody to set up at least one coffee appointment for later on this week or next week. So now it's time to introduce our speaker of the day. And he is a speaker who will answer your questions and educate us on the recent technology advancements in artificial intelligence. Please welcome our speaker today,
Rick Janson.
Rick Janson. Round of applause.
So thank you, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching this on a recording. My name is Rick Janson, and I'm here to teach you about how to leverage AI for freedom in your business. And it's nice to speak in front of a room. I'm so used to speaking on Zooms, so this is going to be refreshing. A little bit about who I am. Been a realtor for 20 years. I was a lawyer. I have an MBA in marketing. I currently am a realtor. I'm also the founder of Power Agent Academy, which does AI enablement for not only real estate agents, but small and mid-sized businesses. And I founded a company called Appointment Pilot, which takes leads and automatically converts them to appointments on your calendar. So I'm a little bit busy. Also a dad of 3, 2 dogs and a cat. So that's a little bit about who I am, but we're here today to learn critical skills about how to leverage AI. Now, I didn't know how to design this class because so many of you do so many things. You're in service businesses, you sell products, you do amazing things, you do fitness, financial planning, mortgage and real estate, I understand completely. But you're also at all sorts of different levels. You're also at all sorts of different levels in your AI knowledge. Some of you don't know what a prompt is. How many don't know what a prompt is? Okay, you wrote these that far, great. But some of you don't know what AI is, some of you have been using it, so I'm going to try to compact like 5 hours of training to 15 different levels of people into 45 minutes. Does that sound like a fair challenge? So we might go a little bit fast, but bear with me because at the end of the presentation, I'm going to give you my cell phone number. You can text me. I'll send you all the slides for this, which includes all the slides I moved to after the end because I didn't know who we were going to be teaching. So you'll get the full comprehensive presentation. I'm supposed to check my audio device. We're good? All right, cool. So these are a couple of the companies that we've on the AI enablement side. But look, here's our outline for today. We're going to talk about a shift in thinking about AI at first, and then we're going to go through that first. So the future of business is here, and it's powered by AI. Can we all agree on that? Like it's been taking over. It's in everything. It's in your Siri, it's in your Amazon, it's in your Netflix, but now it's also in how you're going to be running your business. The big businesses have done it for a long time. The small businesses are just getting started. So 3 mindset shifts we can have. There's one, we can bury our head in the sand, pretend it's not happening. I think we can all agree that's not going to keep you in business for very long. We can think, oh my gosh, the robots are taking over, get really scared. That's the Terminator version. Or we can just buckle down and do the work, right? You can come to a class like this, you can attend other classes, you can go online, you can learn, and you can become better at what you do things better, faster, and cheaper with AI. So in So let me take one step back. It was a good question to start off. ChatGPT is a large language model. And I can't remember what the GPT stands for. But a large language model basically took billions of data points, and like everything available on the internet, right? All the books, all the training, everything that's out there. Bundled them up and made it very easy to access. But then also made it the ability to learn from all of that as well. So when they say our model was updated through January 2023, that's Claude, Bard, Bing, ChatGPT, these are all large language models that are built on different data sets. So they're using different billions of data points. And then they predict, using algorithms, what the next letter should be, what the next word should be, what the next sentence should be, what the next paragraph should be, to give you text based off of all the language they have in the billions of data points. So when I refer to AI, a lot of times I'm going to be referring to a large language model like ChatGPT, Bard, Bing, Claude, Llama, Grok, which is Elon Musk's. But every billionaire basically is trying to create their own little LLM to take over the future. So AI is not going to take your job, but someone using AI will. That is 2023. That slide got double tapped. Or am I going backwards? I'm going backwards. Left is going backwards. Can you help me out with that?
Try moving the bottom.
I'm trying the scroll wheel, but that's not working either. Okay. So can you use the forward arrow, maybe get me going in a different direction?
Yeah. Are we going the right way?
Yeah, keep going. All right, back.
Yep.
Nope, still going backwards. So, yeah, it's still going backwards with the left.
Oh,
the
keys are getting stuck on the keyboard.
Okay.
So I'm sorry that the keyboard's malfunctioning, and the mouse is malfunctioning.
Okay.
But,
so if I kind of do this, can you do the forward click for me?
Yeah.
Okay.
N might go to the next slide. N.
Well, I don't want to go to the next. Oh, well, so the forward arrow too also goes to the next slide. So back. All right. So it's time to claim your unfair advantage. You're going to be one of the businesses using AI. So I gesticulate too much. I might be Italian, you know. All right. So I'm going to go. So I'll just do this. So the way I'll do a thumbs up on the slide forward. So the way we're going to use AI then is as a powerful cognitive step remover. Because a lot of our jobs, when we're marketing, when we're financial planning, when we're doing service work, a lot of our jobs are cerebral, right? So one of the things AI can do very well is help us remove cognitive steps. And we're going to use AI to do our jobs better, faster, and cheaper, right? We're going to do it more efficiently. So there was a study done that workers who used AI outproduced those who didn't by 40%. And that's because you're accessing billions of data points, right? You're accessing all the knowledge that's online, and you're putting that to work for you. So anything you're trying to do cognitively, you can do better with AI, 40% better. So one of our goals is going to be, like if you're doing marketing for an assisted living facility, if you're doing financial planning, if you're a realtor, if you're a mortgage, if you're trying to get relocate out there, is you're trying to create more human connection in less time with massive, effective, efficient, organic content creation. And that's one of the ways I was really teaching a lot in 2023 was how to get blog posts out there, how to get videos out there, how to get emails written better, more efficiently, more effectively. And then once you write the blog, how to use it better, get website content. In all of this, though, AI is not 100% the solution. You always have to proofread things. It gets you 90% of the way there, maybe 80% of the way there. It gets rid of the blank slate syndrome, that blank canvas. You know, when you sit down, you look and you're like, what am I supposed to do with this, right? I've got a white computer screen. AI helps you get rid of that. So there's in the future, in 2024, which is now, right, we're going to have a lot of opportunities, and I'll cover 3 paths forward at the end of our presentation. So top things to do with AI. Well, so one of them is creating in your own voice. So you can train a ChatGPT, and I'm going to refer to ChatGPT, but that also refers to all the others, the Bard, Bing, Claude, Llama, Grok, all that. But you can train that to speak in your voice. So as a realtor, for example, I have a way I like to write. I have a style. And I don't want to lose that to some generic, like delve into and unlock and unleash the revolution and transform, like all these robotic ways that a lot of people using ChatGPT do poorly. I can actually train ChatGPT to speak in my voice so it can respond like me, talk like me, or it could talk like Dan Kennedy, famous internet or email sales marketer, or Russell Brunson, funnel creator. I can train it to talk like whoever I want. And sometimes I say, hey, give me marketing copy in the style of Dan Kennedy, Russell Brunson, and David Ogilvy.
help me figure out and pitch why I should use one approach over the other. And I'll read through them and I'll say, well, can you blend those two? I like really how David Ogilvy and Russell Brunson approach this in my marketing. And when I'm creating web page content, I'll blend voices that are famous and good at speaking in marketing, and I'll blend those voices and then add my own sprinkle on top to make me sound really smart. Does that sound fun? So then we can also refine a customer avatar. And these are some of the top things. When I said top 5 things you should do in business, I'm going to give you like 20. So refining your customer avatar. When you're marketing, if you don't know who you're marketing to, all of your marketing is going to just fall flat, right? Like if I'm pitching Relocrate to somebody who's actually looking for a car wash, it doesn't really work, right? I could have the best product in the world, best service in the world. I could have Body 20, and it's going to be great. But if someone's actually not looking to get fit, if they're not looking to change their life and change their mental state, and they're not willing to make the mental transformation that you need to make the body transformation, I'm not going to be able to sell Body 20. But if I actually can refine my customer avatar and have ChatGPT identify that avatar for me, then I can get a fresh perspective on my unique selling proposition. So one of the ways I've used this in real estate, and I teach people how to do this, is I'll be like, hey, can you give me a custom avatar for someone living in Washington Park, Denver, Colorado, 80209? And I built out a custom GPT. We'll get into what it is in a minute. But you can do this with prompts as well. And I told it, like, what is a custom avatar? I had ChatGPT work through that with me, right? What are the hopes, dreams, fears, goals? What do they drive? Where are they going for coffee? What books do they read? What do they like to exercise? What do they like to do? Really flush out who the customer is. And then I have that. And then I have ChatGPT help me with my unique selling proposition. What makes me unique in my business, whatever that business might be? What makes me unique as an insurance provider, a financial service provider? And then I say, pay attention to my avatar and my unique selling proposition as I'm writing this email. And so you blend what makes you unique with who you're trying to sell to, and you weave that into the fabric of your website, of your email, of your blog. Get the picture? Right? So that's where ChatGPT can do everything you know you're supposed to do. Like when I got my MBA, like that's what they told us to do. But how do you actually practically do it? It's impossible. Like we don't have enough time in the day. And to write a blog post that would marry your unique selling proposition with your avatar and weave that into the fabric of a market prediction for 2024 is just overwhelming. But ChatGPT does it for me in 3 minutes, which is really fantastic. So another thing you can do is customize your profile. When you're into ChatGPT, and I'll show you this in another slide, there's a 3.5 free version and a 4 paid version. Down in the lower left, there's a little thing called custom profile, or it'll like be right next to your headshot. When you click on that, there are 2 boxes that pop up. One says, who am I? And the other says, how would you like ChatGPT to act with you? I didn't know how to fill out those boxes. So I asked ChatGPT how to do it. I said, I've never done this before. ChatGPT, how do I write a 1,500 character description of who I am that helps you customize ChatGPT for me? I've never written how to interact with me in ChatGPT for 1,500 characters. Can you help me do this? And so anything I don't know how to do, I have ChatGPT help me learn how to do it. And so all of a sudden, in 20 seconds, I became a master of writing a description for my custom profile. Now, what does that allow you to do? It allows you to stop putting in, I am a professional AI enablement coach, and this is what I do. And this is every time you start a chat thread, you don't want to reintroduce yourself because every chat thread is a new conversation. But a chat thread in and of itself is contextual learning, right? So when you start at the top, it's going to learn, and get smarter and learn as within the chat thread, as opposed to like a Google search, which just stops. But the custom profile builds in a little bit of who you are and what you're asking ChatGPT to do, so that it again shortcuts your use of AI, right? So that's one thing I just advise you to do, just a little pro tip. So when you're writing custom service and product descriptions, when you're doing video scripts, social media posts, emails, flyers, all of that can be done better, faster, and cheaper with a professional copywriter. Hey, ChatGPT, can you act as a professional copywriter? You're always going to tell it who it is, what it's supposed to do, the tone, the style. I like to use this analogy. ChatGPT, think of ChatGPT or Llama, Bing Bard. So think of all those as a golden retriever. And it really wants to please you. And in early 2023, when it kind of first came on the scene, you'd say, go fetch a ball. And it was like, right? It was really, really excited, but it would go fetch the ball and it'd bring you back a ball of, it was like, it's round, but it's dirty, smelly, muddy socks. Right? You know, that's called hallucinating. It would make something up. It wanted to please you, but it didn't really know what it was supposed to do. And you didn't give it enough direction. So it brought back what it thought was a ball, but it was really a packed round thing of muddy, smelly socks. And people would put that out there and be like, well, my AI sucks because my AI is horrible because it didn't bring me back what I wanted. Well, garbage in, garbage out. If you don't give it what you want, you're not going to get what you want from it. But if you tell ChatGPT, hey, ChatGPT, you're a golden retriever, and your job is to fetch a ball. And this ball is 2.1 inches in diameter. It has a hard outer coat, yellow, shiny, antimicrobial coating. Inside is a foam core with a hard density center. And when I throw it with 5.2 pounds of force, it'll bounce 20 feet in the air. Now go fetch the ball. And it'll get you exactly that ball. Right? So the more you give it in your prompt, the more you nuance the language, the more you tell it who it is, what it's supposed to do, the style, the tone, the output. If I want headers, bold, bullet points, write to this audience, marry my USP, talk to my avatar. The more you prompt it, the better it's going to give you. Because it's going out there, it's accessing billions of data points, which also include really bad people who wrote online, right? So if you just say, when a recent study came out, 82% of realtors are using ChatGPT for listing descriptions. Well, if you're just saying, write me a listing description, it's accessing some really bad ones, and you never know which one it's going to access. But if you train it, if you teach it, if you give it examples, if you give it a style, a tone, rules, words to use, words not to use, then you get something beautiful. Yeah.
Can you make multiple custom profiles under one account?
So you make one custom profile.
Per account?
Yeah, per account. So you can also do web page prompts, protocols. I use it to create neighborhood pages and just a flash. Went back in like 2002 when I first became a realtor. I was trying to create all these website pages and extrapolate this for your own business. But I tried to type out, here's what's going on in Platt Park. Here's what's going on in Cherry Creek. Here are the famous coffee shops. Here's where I'm like, oh my gosh, like it takes so much time. ChatGPT can now create pages for your website in seconds. Tell it what you want, tell it how you'd like it formatted, tell it the style, the tone, who to mirror, and you can create a 50-page website in a day. It's really quite spectacular. You always want to go to an SEO expert, though, to get that actually fine-tuned. AI does SEO, but nothing's going to beat a human. So you can support, then you get the supporting social media and the supporting video. I'll get into what daisy chaining is in a little bit. So video outlines and ideas. This is fun too, because sometimes I'll say, okay, video is a big thing, right? You got to get on video to get out there in some professions. So I say, okay, can you write me a video outline for this topic? Like the cost of living in Denver, Colorado, or Lakewood versus Littleton, Aurora versus Arvada, Westminster versus Wheat Ridge. I don't know off the top of my head the cost of living in Wheat Ridge versus Westminster. I don't. But I can have ChatGPT give me an outline based off of somebody else's video that's performing really well in Seattle. I'll say, hey, ChatGPT, I went to YouTubetranscripts.com. I uploaded the link of the video. I got the transcript of that person's video. I upload that to ChatGPT. I say, hey, can you create an outline based off of this? Because this one's trending and it's hot. This video is really, really hot. So create an outline of why that was hot. Now I go over to Bard, I say, hey, use your web browsing feature because ChatGPT is OpenAI, which is backed by Microsoft, hundreds of millions of dollars. So I say, use your Bing browser ability and give me the cost of living in Lakewood. And make sure you include milk, gas, rent, price per square foot, etc. I get my facts from the internet, and then I have it. I pepper in my facts into my outline so that when I'm giving a presentation, I can refer to my outline and then get the hardcore facts that always kept me from making those videos before, because those videos are hard to make. And to remember, 586 here, 486 there, 390, gosh. And like you spend 18 hours making a 30-minute video or an 8-minute video. By the way, no one's going to watch more than 8 minutes. So when you're making a 3 to 8 minute video, like you really want to be able to reference the facts, but the outline that they give you gets rid of the blank slate syndrome. You know what's trending, and now you can kind of flow, right? You can let your personality shine. A little pro tip there, if you're recording a video and you get lost or you want to refer to your notes, just smile, pause, look down at your notes, read them, smile, pause, look back and start talking again. And a tool like descript.com or auto captions will automatically take out all the pauses in your video with one click. So this is something you used to go into Premiere Pro and do and watch the waveforms on the bottom and become a professional video editor. Now, as long as you're silent, start talking, it'll automatically remove all those pauses for you. So Descript, D-E-S-C-R-I-P-T. Auto captions. So you can make your videos with current facts and then automatically remove all those pauses so that when you set up a quick little tripod like this, anywhere you are, you make a video, you're all excited about it, but you're like, oh, I forgot a fact. And instead of going, shoot, and hitting stop and starting and be like, oh, I got to start over again, you just pause. Hey, and start over again, automatically eliminate those. So then when you get the YouTube video out there, you say, well, what are my titles? What's my description? How do I create chapters? All of that stuff that goes into like supporting it and actually making it found. Well, have ChatGPT do all that for you, or another tool I will introduce you to called Harpa. Social media calendar. Again, 5 hours of content in 45 minutes. Are we good so far? Am I blowing your minds? Like going a little too fast? So social media calendars. What am I supposed to do? There's Threads, X, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, LinkedIn, Google My Business, and the list goes on. Like some of the auto posting sites I go to, there are like 50 social media sites out there that they even post to automatically. I'm like, how am I supposed to keep up? I mean, it's kind of ridiculous, right? Like, how are you supposed to be found by all these people? It's not just, you got to sift through what everybody ate for lunch and what they did with their dog this morning, but you're trying to like stand out there with viral content. You're trying to stand out there with something really, really interesting. So you ask ChatGPT, hey, I'm in this business, right? I'm what's your business again? Art gallery. I run an art gallery. I'm trying to get viral on social media. What should I be posting for the next 30 days? How do I blend a nice mix of entertainment, education, and also self-promote? What are some ideas? And then you drill down and put it out for me in a calendar format, a table, seven wide, 4 deep. Create a table for me of what I should be doing, where I should be posting, what social media channels, and et cetera. And it'll say, okay, you should post here on TikTok, this, and here's a nice little blend. Okay, what titles should I do? And then what should my content be? Okay, what would a picture look like for that? And just be like 3-year-old. Why? Tell me more. Tell me more. And you will never exhaust it. It knows so much. So once it gives you the calendar, which will be a high-level overview, then you dive in and you say, okay, well, okay, Tuesday, great. I'm supposed to do this educational thing. You gave me a title, but I don't know what to write. ChatGPT, can you write it for me? Right? What are the hashtags? Where should I be posting this? How should I promote this? Should I create a video to go along with this? And it'll say, sure. Can you give me a 30-second narration only script that I can put into BigView, BIGVU.tv? Can I put something into BigView and use it on my phone as a teleprompter, put it on selfie mode and just read it? And if I look away, actually BigView will redirect your eyes in post automatically, which is really pretty crazy to think about. So you can be like reading that and you can be promoting this and you just constantly ask it, how can I do more? How can I do more? And you can either go down the rabbit hole for 5 hours in any given day, or once you get good at it, you can start batch promoting or batch creating and spend like 2 hours on social media on a Saturday or a Monday, and then have it automatically distribute for you throughout the rest of the week. You can use a tool like Meet Edgar, Meet EDGAR, or Sprout Social, one of those tools. Hootsuite is another one, HOOTSUITE. Again, this will all be in a recording and all in the slides. But these will automatically post to social media for you. Meet Edgar goes so far as to take your social media content and you might be followed by 1,000 people, but 10 people saw your post and you're all bummed out. Well, Meet Edgar will 5 days later repost it with a new title and a new spin, right? So if you have a blog post and nobody saw it, it'll retitle it, redescribe it, and drive people to the blog post again. No one saw it, 5 days later, new title, new description, same blog post. And it'll keep repurposing the content if it's something evergreen and effective. So these are just kind of a couple of the tools that you can kind of go to for current information. Bard is with Google. Bing is with Microsoft. So if you're trying to get facts on something, I like going straight into those for my factual information. Another thing you can do with AI is create lead magnets. Have you ever been online and said, hey, get here for my free book on how to, right? How to sell a house without a realtor is a famous one for realtors, right? Because it's just a hook to try to get you to realize you can't do it, and you're going to hire a realtor. How to move by yourself without using reusable crates. How to financially plan without hiring a financial planner. You can create a book like this, a little ebook, 15 pages. You can create it in 30 minutes. And then you can advertise that on social media and say, hey, click here to get my free ebook. Why? Because it's a value exchange. You're trying to give someone enough value that they give you something of value. And what do they have of value that you want? Their name, phone number, cell phone, email, right? You want to get that information from them, so you have to give them something. How do you give them something? You sit down and write for 8 hours, or you ask ChatGPT and have it in 15 minutes. Also, if any of you are dealing with international markets, you can now speak 50 languages. Isn't that cool? So you can, if you're ever dealing with somebody that's relocating, or if you want to dial into like the Russian community or the Vietnamese communities, the Hispanic community here in Denver, create pages on your website that are in those languages. And then now, like Google or Samsung even has a Galaxy phone that live translates, that S24 live translates while you're on the phone. So you could literally run a Spanish page for your website, have it dial in, and Samsung can translate the call for you. And now you speak Spanish. That's pretty crazy stuff. So big takeaway from this section. I've got a couple more minutes, right? So big takeaway from this section, as you're just getting started, use ChatGPT as your sidekick. Always ask it, like, how can you help me? Insert problem here. And then ask me any additional questions. This one's really key. That would help you do this more effectively. You're training a virtual digital assistant, but you don't know what that virtual digital assistant doesn't know. So if you're training an employee, you'd ask it, what don't you know? What can I give you? What information can I give you to do your job better? Think of ChatGPT that way. How can I make your job better? How can I help you do your job more effectively? Ask it questions. Ask me 10 questions about my business that would help you serve me better. It'll tell you, I need to know these 10 things. Then I can take my billions of data points down to hundreds of millions and really focus in on your business and your need. What do you need to know about my business? So remember this one. What do you need to know about my business? Ask me 10 questions to get to know my business better so you can serve me better. Is there anything else you'd like to know? Ask me 10 more. And then save those answers. And unless you're building custom GPTs, save that in a text file somewhere where you can then drop that in. Here's what you need to know about my business. And you just start that at the top of every chat. Here's what you need to know about my business. Here's what I'm trying to do. Here's who you are. Go fetch the ball, right? So we're goodness gracious. So business planning, growth, and personal development. So here's kind of where we're going with this. You can use ChatGPT to improve processes. You can use ChatGPT to improve people. You can use ChatGPT to improve KPIs. And with the dawn of custom GPTs, you can now create forever prompts that grow and become more knowledgeable. So think of these as virtual digital assistants. This is a custom GPT in creation. So in the top left are instructions. This is what you're asking it to do. This is how you're training it. This is the ball you're going to go fetch. This is what it's going to look like. This is who you are. This is how I want you to interact with me. Down below, though, this is where it gets really fun, is this knowledge base. In that knowledge base, you can upload the PDF of the 20 questions about your business. You can upload rules and regulations. You can upload restrictions. You can upload examples. You can upload book summaries. You can upload training. Because one of the things I think we can all agree is that there's no unique problem, right? There's all the problems we face today have happened before, and they've been solved by someone, and someone wrote a book on it, right? So if you can find the person who solved that problem before, and you can put that into your knowledge base, now when you're asking about a specific thing, the knowledge base is there to train you and help you, and you can refer to that specific thing. So when I'm talking to realtors, they might be trained by like a Tom Ferry or a John Cheplack or a Tim Harris or Brian Buffini. You put all of that knowledge base right there so that I'm trained by my coach. And now when I'm asking questions, I'm asking my coach questions, and I can really refer to that. but you might find articles on your business. You might find business planning examples, and you put those into your knowledge base. And I keep going really quickly, but one of the things we teach people how to do is like go into the roles in your company. If you have 3-4 employees, have you ever written a job description? And you know how long it is to do that, right? But say, hey, what are the responsibilities of this job? Then break down those tasks. What are the standard operating procedures? And then what are some protocols that would help them do their job better so that they have something to be measured against? Because when you measure it, you can increase it and you have a basis for creativity and profit. So we teach people like, okay, how do you go into your business? And it could be 20 people, 100 people. We've done this for really large companies. But let's break down, like in HR, let's break down the jobs. Let's break down the roles, the responsibilities, the SOPs, and let's get some KPIs out of that. Let's figure out what your company is actually supposed to do. Let's write that employee handbook that you always wanted to do, but actually make it effective so that people are able to have a playbook to act against so they can actually carry on their business. So we've created things like for Pestle, for SWAT, doing TOES, core customer psychology, like that's a day seminar. But we created custom GPTs, and you can too. I'm not selling this. This is just something you can create. But you can do a SWOT analysis. You can do a marketing analysis. And if you build out the right custom GPT, you can get an MBA with GPTs, which is really fantastic. So prompt engineering primer, I think we're going to just blow through this one. But because we're kind of out of time. That's where the prompt is.
20 minutes.
I've got 20 minutes? Okay. Is everybody good with 9:30? 20 more minutes? Yeah. Okay, I'll slow down. I'll take a breath. I'll try to I got feedback on one of my presentations one time. She's like, thank you so much for speaking at a pace I can understand. I'm not doing that today. So I'm feeling this rush because I want to give you as much value as humanly possible. So this is where a prompt is on ChatGPT. And you're going to use in ChatGPT, there's a 3.5 and a 4. 3.5 is the free version. It's really great for speed. And because ChatGPT 4, you can only get so many uses in 3 hours, like 40 uses in 3 hours, like inquiries. And they kind of throttle back the use of it because it's so needed. But 3.5 is great when you're just kind of doing your run-of-the-mill research. I like to use this when we're going on vacation. So like I went out to Oregon, flew into Portland, and we were going over to Cannon Beach. Now, if you go over to Cannon Beach, it's a straight shot west, but we could also go down southwest to Tillamook and then drive up the coast for 2 hours. Well, we got in at 8 o'clock. The hotel wasn't open until 4, and I've got 3 kids in the car. I'm like, they probably don't want to sit in a car or in a hotel. So I said, here, ChatGPT, I'm flying into Portland. I'm going down to Tillamook. I'm going to drive up to Cannon Beach. We've got 8 hours to do the journey. My kids like looking at tide pools for little clams and starfish. They like rainforests and hikes. They like beaches. They like this. I'm looking for the best clam chowder. I haven't seen that in a long time. Can you help me plot a route of things I should not miss and recommend why I should make each stop? And in 15 seconds, it did 3 hours of research for me. And we had a great itinerary for the day. My kids got to go clamming. We saw starfish. I got some great clam chowder, had a nice draft beer, like everything I wanted to do along that way. And then we went for a hike down in the rainforest to a beach. It was so nice. We went back and did it later in the week. But I used to go to Google Maps to do that and pull up Google Maps and look at all the reviews and the 5-star reviews and look at all the pictures, and I'd lose 4 hours of work. Well, if you value your time at all, and I try to, that's a waste of time. Now, it's not a waste of time to invest in your kids and your family and your vacation, but have ChatGPT help you get a running start. I had to refine it a little bit, but it got me 80% of the way there. I use 3.5 for that, but when I'm doing nuanced marketing language, I use ChatGPT 4 because I really want to dial in and get something really special. I want to really use that careful analytical thinking. So that's where I use ChatGPT 4 because it has better reasoning power. So we kind of covered this a little bit, but you're going to go into explicit persona. Who are you? You're going to tell it the objective. Again, go back to the golden retriever at the ball. What are you trying to do? Are you supposed to fetch a ball? Or are you supposed to fetch a bone? Are you supposed to lay on the couch and go to sleep? Are you supposed to come here and lick my face? Like, what do you want the golden retriever to do? That's where you make sure you always have the objective and the tone. Give it a clear intent. Define the goal of the prompt clearly, exactly what you want it to do. I want you to lie down on the floor, not the couch, right? Golden retriever example, like where do you want it to go to sleep? The garbage in, garbage out, but gold in, gold out. Prompt length. The longer you make your prompt, the better you're going to get a response if you're actually telling it what you want. I've had prompts sometimes that are like a page long because I'm really specific on what I want it to do. I'm giving it an example. I'm giving it a tone, a style, a cadence. I'm giving it formatting. I want H2, H1. I want 3-sentence paragraphs followed by bullet lists. Like all of that stuff is available. And for those of you taking notes, I really appreciate that, but I'm going to teach you a way that you don't have to in the future. So examples, but I know writing is knowledge, right? Writing like makes a little neural, like fires neurons to the brain and like helps you remember. So give it examples. If you have multiple questions, break them down. If you give it too many things to do at once, it'll sometimes like hiccup or not do it as well. So break it down a little bit. If you want to write a business plan, break it down into sections. Break each section down into little subcomponents, right? And so you're having it say, focus on this, do it really, really well. Focus on this, do it really, really well. There's a book, The One Thing, right? You're asking ChatGPT, do the one thing. Now do the next one thing. Now they do the next one thing, and you're going to get better results from it. Give it constraints, if any. I need this to be 2,500 characters. I need this to be under 500 words, and count them for me. Because if you say, I need it to be under 500 words, sometimes you get 625. So I say, and count them for me. I say, if I'm asking for facts, I say, please give me citations. There's now even a new pop-up. This came up in like the last week or so. There's a new pop-up. Do you want citations? Because it was so aware it was hallucinating that now it's like, do you want me to cite where I got this information so that you know it came from somewhere online, so it's true? Everything online is true, right? But at least it's a better chance of being true if it's citing somewhere online as opposed to if it's just like, yeah, Wash Park's made up of mobile homes. That's not true, right? But you don't want it to make something up. So yeah, please cite it for me. Make sure I know where you got your facts. And the target audience, that's the avatar that I was talking about. Create a custom avatar. Who am I writing to? I'm writing to people who are, trying to retire on $500,000 or less in their bank account. I'm writing to people who, want to protect their loved ones in insurance. I'm writing to someone who, is not eco-conscious, but still doesn't like to waste boxes for my relocate. Whatever that might be. I'm writing to someone who wants to work out, but doesn't have 45 minutes for F45. So we can work out in 20, right? Like that's what you're trying to figure out. Who's my custom audience? So here's a little example. We can skip through the examples. You'll have those in the slides. Boop, boop, boop. So in a blog post, for example, though, and I'll give you tools where you don't have to remember all these words, but you'll have these words in the slides and you can just copy this verbatim. But this is kind of an example of using the, who are you? You're a blog writer. What's your goal? I choose to write about this. Write a 500-word blog post answering these questions. And if you don't know what to write about, go to Google. In Chrome, it has this great thing. If you search like Denver real estate market predictions 2024, a little bit down in Chrome, it says people also ask. And there are 5 little things of what are top search phrases because people are also asking this. Anytime you click on one of those and close it, it pops up 3 more. Click on it, close it, pops up 3 more. All of a sudden now you have 10 things that people are also asking about. So why not, if you're blanking on what to write about, write 3 little 500-word articles on the 10 things people are asking about related to that search phrase. Pop those in here, write a little 500-word post, bada bing, bada boop. What's the keyword phrase? Oh, it's Denver real estate market predictions. Great. There's the people also asked. And then in 165 characters less, please give me a little meta description. So when I post this on my website, when it comes up in a search, there's a title and then there's a little blurb. I want the blurb. I want the blurb to be exciting, captivated, mildly shocking. Can you give me 165 characters that will make people engage with my post? So you can create 10 articles that people are right now asking about in like 20 minutes. It's insane. But there's really no reason right now why you can't do effective organic content creation at massive scale because it's right there. And you can be speaking to who you want to speak to, marrying in your unique selling proposition and doing a call to action while educating and entertaining people. Because nobody really wants to be hammered over the head with sales, sales, sales. But if you give people massive amounts of information, then they might give you something in return, which is their business. So these are the next 3 slides, and you'll have these in your slides, are little SEO prompts. And you can interchange this, just put in like whatever platform you choose. Give me an SEO optimized Facebook post or video script with 7 things empty nesters should consider before downsizing, listing their home, blah, 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 blah. So these are small prompts, and they're not going to get the SEO that a person will do, I keep pointing to our SEO expert. So for people online, they're like, why does he keep pointing there? So we have an in-house SEO expert, so you want to use him, but nonetheless, you can get kind of a running start, right? Or until you can afford to hire a human, you can try to get a little bit better than yourself. You can say, write in the style of Neil Patel, like a famous SEO expert, and write it for Yoast, which is a little plugin for WordPress. And if you educate the knowledge base that you're building into your custom GPT, you can get a better result. So some tools to speed up your work. So here are some of the tools I like. Harpa.ai is a free extension for your browser. Highly recommend this one. Anytime you're on a website, when Harpa extension is enabled, you can do Alt-A on a PC or Control-A on a Mac, something like that, one of the two, in any event. And it'll pop up this little window right here, and it's live interacting with who you choose. It could be Bard or ChatGPT or Claude. And it'll tell you what you can do. So you can pull up this video, hit Alt-A/summarize video, and it'll summarize the whole video for you. Now you just copy paste that and put it into your description. It gives you the chapters. At minute 3:02, I said this that was brilliant. Minute 5:15, I said this that was brilliant. I'm just kidding. But whatever it might say, right? But then when people are watching your video, they know right to where to jump in, because nobody has 10 minutes to watch you, no matter how captivating you are. So now you've got the chapter titles, all the descriptions. They can jump right into the point where they want to go. You can also then take this, like I said, and go to youtubetranscript.com and get the whole transcript and read it if you want to, or summarize it. But you can do that with Harpa. But Harpa, when you pop up that extension, if you hit / or if you hit this little command function right here, it'll give you so many things to do with a web page you didn't even know you could do. Outrank it, rewrite it, compare, contrast, do the competitive analysis. There are like 100 different prompts that come up, ways that you didn't even know AI could be used. So if you're just getting your feet wet, I highly recommend Harpa. It's a free extension. Beautiful.ai. When you're creating a presentation, a PowerPoint, I didn't do it for this one, but let's say you have a massive report you're about to present to your stakeholders, to your investors, or whatever that is. Or maybe you're trying to motivate your employees and you're giving a presentation. You can drag and drop your text into that little top box there in Beautiful AI, and it'll automatically make a PowerPoint or keynote presentation for you. It'll create charts, graphs, slides, bing bangs, all these little graphics, give you ways to change it. You can customize it to the colors and the fonts of your brand. It's a really super slick tool. I use AI Writer a lot, AI-Writer for blog posts. I type in what I want to write about. It'll search what people are searching about online, what's auto-filling in Google, what Google ads are being served up based off of the keyword phrase. It'll give me a list of keywords, sort them by search volume. And I say, okay, well, this one has 500,000 searches. Can you suggest 15 topics that I might want to write about for that search phrase? Okay, here are 20 titles. Okay, great. One click. Can you write me an article about that? I sit back, take a sip of coffee. 2 minutes later, I have 30 citations for an article, 1,500 characters, 1,000, 2,000 characters, whatever I ask it to do, long. Now, when I'm posting about market predictions for real estate in 2024, do I look better when I'm just writing an article and saying, thanks, I'm Rick, or thanks, I cited 30 authors out there, I did my research? Side by side, it'll show you, here's where it came from, here's what we wrote, it's not plagiarized. And so you can see how it changed the content, which is really, really nice as well. But then when I post that, and I post all my citations, guess what's in those citations? 30 article titles that have been SEO'd for what I'm writing about, because they were professional writers. And so that kind of gives me a little bit of a boost to the article that I'm posting. Jasper is another one. Jasper came out like before ChatGPT. It was like the original AI writer, really good tool in use with SEO Surfer. You can do a whole bunch of things with just one click. I still think that if you learn how to prompt and you learn how to make custom GPTs, I think you can outperform Jasper. But if you're just learning for a quick and easy tool, Jasper's there for you. That's an example of Jasper. This is an example of AI Writer. You can do topic suggest, summarizer, email composer, social media posts. You can rewrite stuff. And this is what I was saying, where it shows you what it wrote next to where it came from and all the citations. So here's where it came from, and that's what it wrote. And so you can see there's zero plagiarism in it, but you also know it came from somewhere, and it took this sentence from this article, this sentence from this article, and it blended them together into something brilliant and beautiful. Video to blog is a fun one too. If you make a lot of videos, and I don't know if anybody here does, but if you do, make your video, post it on YouTube, take it to video to blog, and it'll automatically create it into a blog format for you. Beautifully done. You don't have to copy it into YouTube transcript, bring it over to ChatGPT, give it some long prompt, teach it how to write a proper blog post. No, you just video to blog, boop, boop, done. Post it, and now you've got promotion material. Then you take it over to, you max it out. You say, ChatGPT, now that I have this blog, can you give me a supporting Facebook post, a Google My Business post, a LinkedIn post, a short form script, an email summary for my newsletter, all driving traffic to wherever you want it to drive traffic to. Wherever you're driving a traffic to has a call to action that means do business with me, hire me, get my product, whatever. Whatever your call to consistent call to action is, you're using all these ways to drive traffic to something, right? Whether it's your video, your landing page, whatnot. So more tools, ManyChat. If you've ever seen on social media someone say, hey, drop the word fire extinguisher or drop the word global in the comments to find out more about Global Down Syndrome Foundation. Drop global in the comments. Well, anytime someone puts global in the comments, ManyChat will see that and automatically route them and send them whatever you want. So it'll send them the ebook, it'll send them to the landing page, it'll send them to the form, it'll give them the lead magnet that you created with ChatGPT. It'll give them the fulfillment of that knowledge exchange where you gave them the knowledge you promised, and then they're going to give you the name, phone number, email, whatnot that you want from them. They're going to give you that back. You're going to do that knowledge, that exchange, that value exchange, because ManyChat's going to automate that for you. So that's a really slick tool. Auto captions is one I mentioned earlier. When you post a video, 80% of videos are watched on mute. So what do? You bring your video over to a tool like Descript or auto captions, and you have auto captions just automatically put in the words on the bottom with a bouncing, this is the word I'm saying, like not with the bouncing ball, but it actually highlight the word you're saying. So you can sit there and when you're supposed to be paying attention in a meeting, and you can just be reading someone's video, right? That's how people watch YouTube. So why not create it for how they watch YouTube? Sometimes, I use AI Writer, but I was writing a lead magnet for someone recently. I tried out Write Human because I was trying to outsmart Go Winston, which is an AI detector. So I went into Write Human, and I tried to play between the different tools, like which one is giving me more authentic, more human-sounding content. So just another way that you can, a lot of AI tool writers out there. Trying to wrap this up here, Opus Pro, if you're making videos, you have a long form video, you can upload your long form video to Opus Pro, and it'll slice it up into 10 videos automatically for you, little short form 30-second clips, automatically auto captioned with emojis and stickers and all the fun. But it'll also predict for you which ones are going to go viral and why, like why we picked out this 30 seconds of your long form video. So now you've got information for TikTok and Instagram and Facebook Reels from your one long form video. You did an 8-minute video, you did a 4-minute video. Opus Pro automatically sucks out 3 to 4. You take the top ones out of the 10. You go boop, 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 over to Hootsuite, Sprout Social, meet Edgar, and you say, can you auto post these for me in rotation? And now those 30-second videos are just flying, right? So you can either have your social media coordinator do this for you, or now it's possible to do it yourself because you don't have to become a video editor. The future. This part might scare you guys. All right, 5 minutes. Let's go. All right, 5 minutes for the future. So how business problems will be solved in 2024. It used to be you would take a framework or a process. That's the book. That's the coaching program you went to. And you would take context and data, and a human would take the data and the framework and the process and blend them together and get you the result. Now we can do that with customized generative AI. So for example, you used to be able to pay like an entrepreneurial operating system, right? EOS. You'd pay an EOS implementer to go into a big business. You'd pay him $30,000 a year to run that EOS program. But it's programmatic. If it's programmatic and systematized, ChatGPT can teach you how to do it. So we built out like a custom GPT, a tool that will teach you how to do EOS in your business. So you can do the entrepreneurial operating system for free just by having ChatGPT work you through it. And that works for any framework or process. So every business owner has 2 goals, right? Either you want a lifestyle business where you're like everything's kind of chill, but you have time, you're relaxing, business is it's peaceful, or you want to just crush it, have a life-changing outcome and sell for $10 million. Either way, you're going to want to systematize your business. It has to be done with AI to be more profitable. We want to take the business owner out of the equation Because anytime a business is run without a business owner, now you can sell it. And now it sells for multiples of your revenue, as opposed to being dependent upon the owner being there. Go back, sorry. So there's a new role that's going to be coming up this year called the AI-powered VP of everything. Because now, if you're running a company, you don't have to hire a separate VP of finance, a separate VP of marketing, a separate VP of HR, a separate VP of this, that, execution, strategy, operations. Because now, if you build out the right custom GPTs and have the right frameworks, you can have one person doing 3 jobs. You as an entrepreneur, starting up your own business, can now run 5 different roles. You can do your marketing, you can do your HR, you can do your operations, or you can hire one person with the right tools to do all that for you and take yourself out of the business so you can run the business, right? Work on your business, not in your business. You can hire one person instead of 5 people at $100,000 each, or 5 people at $60,000 each. You can hire one person at $100,000 and have them do 5 roles, which will also lead to the creation of AI-powered mega firms, which we'll get into in another session. But so what does the AI-powered VP of everything do? They do everything from the customer to the product, the marketing, sales, operation, human financial capital. We take out your quarterly goals, your monthly goals. We break them down into your weekly and daily goals. And then we give playbooks to people on how to achieve those things. Because have you ever had a planning session where you're like, this is what we're going to do for the year. We're going to break it down to quarters, break it down to months. And you're like, that was a great meeting. I don't know how to do that now, right? Like the secret is you don't have a playbook. But we can give you playbooks. AI can give you playbooks. We can teach you how to give you playbooks. So now you have a playbook on how to act against your weekly plan, a playbook on how to act against your monthly plan, so that you actually achieve the goals, the ROIs, and the KPIs that you've set out for yourself. This is done with just-in-time tools, which are something like this. So for a VP of HR with AI, we pack that full of the knowledge base of all the people who have solved the problem before. And since they've solved the problem before, now you can be as brilliant as the 5 authors up there who did years of research to write their book. Now you can leverage all that information in minutes in a customized tool. And that can be done for everything. So I want to invite you to a free day next week, Monday. We're doing 10 hours of AI training. I brought in top coaches. It's a lot on real estate, but you can extrapolate it to all sorts of businesses. Last time we had one of these, we had 600 people register. We had 220 people average online all day long for 10 hours. It was that valuable. But these are top people using AI. This is a free summit, AIadvantagesummit.com. That's coming up next Monday, the 29th. Recordings are available if you're watching this online. And 9:30. Thanks so much. I hope this was useful to you. Could you just hit stop on that? Thanks. Any questions? Do we have time for questions? 1 or 2 questions?
When someone goes in and does this article with the sites, somebody else can be asking the same thing. So how does my article look different?
Because it's always accessing large. The question was, if you're asking ChatGPT or if you're asking AI Writer, and you both put in real estate market predictions 2024, and it's getting all these citations, how do you know my article is going to be different from their article? Well, it's accessing billions of data points. And the way the words are written, it's an algorithm based off the information it's accessing. So it's going to kind of predict on statistics what's the likely most next letter, next word, next sentence, next paragraph. Every time it's going to do that, it's going to be slightly different. So it's never going to really create the same article because it's accessing so much information. The entire internet, for example, it's going to hit a different site. It's going to research, it's going to ask its questions slightly differently, even with the same prompt, and it's going to access different websites, which will access and then create different words.
I have 2 questions. One is when I've used ChatGPT and I've done a little bit to get my tone, it will log me out sometimes. So then does it forget our history?
No. So in the left-hand side of ChatGPT are the history of your chats. By the way, there are also browser extensions that allow you to chat history search, because sometimes finding something I did in October of last year is kind of hard to do. So ChatGPT will remember everything you've put in as long as it's finished typing and the black square or the arrows up for like enter a new prompt. All those chats are saved on the left. And anytime you go into a chat on the left, that chat in and of itself contextually learns. So if you put something in the top, here's who I am, and keep asking questions, that thread will keep learning from itself. But every time you click into a new chat, you have to retrain it. That's where custom GPTs come in. That's an advanced level class. But because ChatGPTs can remember your past information, if you put it in the knowledge base, a custom GPT will not remember one chat to the next, But when you're using it, you can keep building your knowledge base and make it smarter. But every chat is saved. So if you have to, go make dinner or the kids kick you and you go, ow, and spill coffee on your computer, it's saved.
It's not remembering the knowledge. You have to read.
No, so when you open that chat, it goes back in and it still remembers everything in that chat. You don't have to retype it in.
And then you asked the 10 questions. You said you copy and paste the answers.
Right. So ask me 10 questions about my business so you can serve me better. Ask me 10 more. So now I've got these 20 questions. You've given all the answers.
How do you answer each one separately?
So I put one. My name's Amy. 2. I work at Compass. 3. Right. So that you enter it like that. But that's what you want to copy out and paste into like a Word file, a text file. And if you're ever starting a new chat and you want to talk to it about your business, you just drop that in. Here's something to know about me. And then save the prompts that work for you. Like if you ever had a really great prompt on copywriting, you got good results, copy all that out, put it in a little text file, save that. Until you learn how to build custom GPTs, save all of your really good prompts, and then you can just copy and paste them in because you knew it worked, right? I think I'm being kicked off the stage, but I'll be here afterwards to answer any questions. I'll stick around. Thank you so much for having me.
On behalf of the Cherry Creek Chamber of Commerce, we're so glad that you shared your amazing knowledge in 45 minutes. We'd like to give you a 1-year free membership to our chamber. So
oh, well, thank you.
You guys can pepper him with more questions.
Thank you very much.
We now have his email or his text.